Hey everybody, so we're going to be talking about solving systems by graphing on a calculator. You'll notice that I do have a TI-84 pulled up on my PC. If you don't have one on your Chromebook, you should go to the Course Resources yellow button on my home page and then click the TI-84 Chromebook download link. You get a free TI-84 with your BISD Chromebook. Right? So here are the calculator steps that we are going to be using. You need to first always make sure that those equations are in slope-intercept. Then you're going to plug both of the equations to y equals this button right here. Then you're going to click graph. And then you're going to click second, trace, 5. And then you have to hit enter 3 times so your calculator can find it. The point of intersection is the solution. Make sure you write your answer as a coordinate pair. So we're going to go ahead and work through some examples. All right, our first equation right here is y equals negative 3x. So I'm going to use my negative 3, and I have to use this button right here for x. All right, that's the variable button. All right, you can either click enter or the down button to go to the next line, and we can type in our next equation, which is 3x minus 2. We only use a negative when it's at the beginning of a math expression. Then you're going to click graph. You wait for your calculator to graph. If you see that it's intersecting on your screen, then you can click second, trace, 5, and then you're going to hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And you get the answer that x is 1 and y is 1, which means your answer is 1, 1. It's really that easy. Now, let's do example 2 over here. All right? So, first we have to make sure we have both of these equations in slope-intercept form. That's not the case right now. So I'm going to convert that first equation into y equals. All right, and I get y equals 2 minus 4x. It's okay if you don't want to be polite right now in converting it into y equals and leaving it like that. That's okay. At the end of the day, your calculator is smart enough to figure it out. Then you're also going to have to convert the second equation into slope-intercept form. And that's going to get you negative y equals 3 minus x, but we're not looking for negative y. We're looking for a positive y. So we flip everything, and this time I was more polite because it made more sense in my head, and I got y equals x minus 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into y equals and plug those equations in. Notice we still have the ones from last time. You're just going to click clear, and it clears out that line. All right, so we're going to do 2 minus 4x, and then x minus 3. You're going to click graph. All right, we see the intersection, so we can click second, trace, 5, and you're going to hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And you get that your intersection is at when x equals 1 and y is equal to negative 2, which means your coordinate pair is 1, negative 2. All right, now let's do it again, but this time we're going to do it with a word problem. All right, so today the temperature in New York is -1 degree. This is not a true story right now, but we're just going with it. And is expected to rise 3 degrees per day. It's 6 degrees in Alaska and expected to fall 1 degree every 2 days. So they're asking us in how many days will the temperature be the same and what will be the temperature. Well, first I wrote this equation where T stood for my temperature and D stood for the number of days because it's falling per day. It tells us what our slope is going to be about. This is my New York temperature right here. Then I wrote one for Alaska. Now, when I go into my calculator and click y equals, notice I can't change these letters over here. I can't go and touch that y equals. So all I'm going to do is convert my t and my d into y and x. And now I can do it. So I've got -1 plus 3 and then x button right here. Then I'm going to do 6 minus 1/2. The way that you would end up doing it is alpha y equals, and you're going to do the first one, and you're going to get 1/2. Click your X, and now you can hit graph. You see the intersection, so you can do second trace 5, hit enter 3 times, and you get your answer of 2, 5. Now that's not how they asked us the question. They asked us with words right here, which means we need to answer them back in words. Remember, my x value was with my d right here, which means that x equals 2 means it's after 2 days that the temperature will be the same in both New York and Alaska. That temperature is going to be 5 degrees because my y was with my t. All right, so we're going to do one last one. This is going to be example 4. All right, so I went ahead and labeled this problem right here. And I used X and Y for this. So if I have $20 in my bank account and I'm starting to save $5 each week, X is the number of weeks because that's what's changing every single time. That's my unit rate, my slope. All right, and then my Y is going to be my account balance. And then using these variables, I'm going to write my equation for first my bank account. And it says I'm starting with $5. I'm starting with $20. And I'm going to save 5 each week. That means I'm putting in 5 every single week. That's 5 is my slope. And you started off at that 20. Your friend has $5 in his account and is saving 10 each week. So it's going to be 10x plus 5 because that's what we started with. Oops. All right. So we are going to go ahead and plug this into our calculator. All right, so we're going to go into y equals, and we're going to click in 5, use that x that's right next to alpha, plus 20, and then 10x plus 5. All right, we're going to go ahead and click graph. And you'll notice we don't see an intersection. We do know that these lines are not parallel just because they don't have the same slope. So that means we're going to have to zoom out. You're going to click the zoom button and click zoom 3. And you have to hit enter for it to zoom out. And now you kind of see an intersection happening. So let's try second trace 5. Hit enter 3 times. And get your answer of 3 over 3 and 35. That means in 3 weeks, both of us will have $35. Now, if you were to go on to the next one, yeah, you can clear your y equals, but notice your graph. It's like super zoomed in. So to reset it, you're going to click zoom 6, which stands for zoom standard, and it takes it back to what it used to be. If you don't have a Chromebook from the school, then you can use Desmos for now. However, I want you to be familiar with these buttons as you will not be allowed to use Desmos on your STAAR test.